deliveries. What do you think about the momentum and the direction of deliveries, and what does that mean for this stock? Sometimes we see Tesla actually trade on those delivery numbers.
Yeah, so 344 was known because they do pre-announce their deliveries at the end of the quarter. So they did miss by what, just under 20,000 units. I remember the days where the dream was 20,000 units a year for Tesla. So, let's not dismiss that 344 is a fantastic number. But the delivery rates are falling, and they did have to walk back the 50% plus growth guidance. They're not going to do 500,000 cars in the fourth quarter. The annualized run rate could approach that as they exit the year, but something 450-ish is probably fair. But flagging deliveries, no matter what you blame it on, it could be logistics or supply chain or demand, is still flagging deliveries. And we haven't really seen the impact of any recessionary burden on sales, which could start materializing over the next number of months.
Yeah, I mean, even Elon Musk had to address recessionary concerns on the call last night. So what's your take? We've seen a lot of stocks that are high-growth tech stocks, which Tesla is considered, really suffer after the pandemic. And as we've kind of seen this volatile environment, do you see Tesla as one of those stocks that maybe is going to lose some of its luster in the post-pandemic era?
Yeah, the biggest sin for a growth stock is to miss on revenue, right? And Tesla, no question, it's a large cap growth stock, and they firmly missed on revenue. There was some optimism out there that pricing that they put through in the second quarter would kind of follow through and give them, revenue maybe in line or maybe just a tad better. And they did have a material miss. So, I think Tesla faces a lot of questions, intensifying scrutiny over the next number of months until we see sort of how this is going to shape out with the intensifying competition. Lots of credible new cars coming out there. You just had a beautiful one on the segment before this. Tesla faces a number of headwinds, and growing pains are showing up. And investors could very easily look elsewhere for things at quite what I would consider superior valuations.
Yeah, one of those headwinds, the story we've been talking about all morning, the 10-year trading at its highest level since about 2008. Obviously, financing costs have increased. How much does that impact Tesla?
Yeah, so the cost of money is a big deal, right? So, cost of money is going to drive up the cost of financing vehicles, and their customers, are price sensitive. We have seen the breakpoints in the federal subsidies in the past work negatively for Tesla. There is the IRA and the potential impact, in the first quarter. But they still need to work through some price, given battery costs and some of the other materials cost issues they're dealing with. And remember, ASPs actually fell sequentially this quarter, 53 down from 56 the prior quarter. So currency also factors in there. So, there's a lot of crosswinds here. Does not make an easy investment right now. And, they missed.
Yeah, speaking of Tesla as an investment, it's widely considered that Elon Musk is going to have to sell a whole lot of Tesla stock to finance his deal to buy Twitter. How does that impact the stock long term? We also heard some talk about a potential share buyback on the call.
Yeah, the debate out there is how much does he have to sell, right? We don't know if he put it in Bitcoin or gold, right? I mean, just to hit sort of opposite ends of the spectrum. I don't know which one's working better today, but there's been a lot of volatility in the market. The $15 billion roughly that he sold, it might be a lot less than that, or it could be more than that. So he needs somewhere between $5 and possibly $10 billion in equity to close this. It doesn't have to come from sales of Tesla stock, but that's the most logical place. That's going to weigh on expectations because that'll have to come, over the next, number of weeks and months. 2023 buyback, that's nice, but I think people would rather see him invest cash in, accelerating growth and coming out with amazing vehicles, and maybe pull forward, the mini car and some of these other things that I think have more compelling business cases than things like the Semi or the Cybertruck.